All right, we are back for another episode of Out of the Rut. My name's X, and I have a good friend of mine, another one that I met throughout the pitch hit journey.
That's right.
We had Otter here a couple weeks ago, but now we're following up with our boy Raul, who actually went on to win the competition. Close second place by Otter, but excited to chat with you, Raul, about music, about your journey through life, and what the hell you got planned for the future, man.
All right, yeah, man. I don't know how close I should be.
You're good, brother. You're good.
But yeah, man, I'm excited to be here. Thank you for inviting me. I don't know who to look at. But,
man, look at me with the camera. I often go back and forth. It's all good, brother.
Yeah?
It's all
right,
good.
That's fair. That's fair.
Pick your poison, man.
Yeah.
First, Raul, just to kind of just check in with you. It's been a while since I've seen you. How's life been, man? Life's been good?
Yeah, life's amazing, man. I got a daughter. She's just hit 6 months on the 26th.
Hey, congrats.
And that's cool because like next month on the 26th, I'm playing at home away from home. It's because it was like part of the grand prize to play there. But I thought it was cool because like I didn't realize that until today. I was like, man, we just celebrated her 6 month on the 26th. We took pictures. It was gorgeous.
Oh, of course, blow it up.
Yeah, dude. Well, I mean, I will eventually, but yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
But you make a big deal of those moments, man.
Oh yeah, dude. It was such a great day too. Like, my girlfriend Ariel had this idea to do some like cool shots or whatever, family shots, and I was like, all right, I'm in. I'm not much of a like picture guy myself.
Yeah,
I don't really record myself ever. I'm pretty like laid back, I guess.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I'm
kind of the same way. Like, it's not that like I just like for some reason I find a hard time like motivating myself to like do things like that or make a big deal about those things.
If it's worth it. Like when Pitch Hit was going on, I didn't love it, but I definitely tried a lot more to be like, okay, here's a video of me doing stuff. Here's me sharing a video of what I did. I really enjoyed it then, but now that like there's no like other than just like pushing myself, which I feel like I'm not really big on pushing myself.
Yeah, I kind of take the opinion with social media that like I don't post unless I have something to actually share with people, and that's so not what social media is anymore. It's sort of just like, post whatever the hell you want, all the mundane, and make it seem cool. And I'm just like, if I don't have anything going on, then I'm not going to post shit. So I was kind of the same way throughout Pitch Hit. I was like, Pitch Hit, I was posting a lot, and like people even said that. People were like, wow, you're like posting more than we've seen in the last like handful of years. I'm like, yeah, because I feel like I have something to post about.
Yeah,
other than just like me hanging out at my apartment.
Same reactions. You're posting a lot. I'm like, yeah, thanks. But there was a lot of people that were like, thank you, because we want to see more of you. And I'm like, but why though?
I was like, I was like, yo,
I'm just a normal guy, dude. Like,
I'm like really not that interesting.
That's how I feel about myself.
I mean, I'm kind of, it's also the thing too, where it's like any story sounds great. It's just a matter of how you tell the story. And I think like a lot of people in the artistic space, like we're so used to telling stories that like, I think people gravitate towards that. Be like, no, we want to hear more from you because what you're doing is incredible. And it's like, no, it's maybe, I'm glad it sounds incredible. It's kind of just the way I tell the story that it makes it sound so cool. But
I don't think I'm that great of a storyteller, but I do a lot of interesting things that people do enjoy like listening about. I'm probably not the best at communicating it though.
Sure.
But I generally try to, like you said, only share things that have purpose. Every now and then I'll share like meaningless shit.
Sure.
I don't know if I can
Of course, every now and then. Yeah, you can absolutely.
Okay,
cuss.
all right.
Yeah. Do
well, every now and then I share like meaningless shit, like the reels or things that I find funny, or every now I'll make like a dumb post, like how do you say a word, and then like obviously do you say it like this or do you say it like that?
Yeah.
You know, but obviously it's how you're reading it, so like there's no real way to, I don't know, just dumb shit like that. I like sharing, but
I mean, it's you gotta like put in some dumb shit, and like it kind of showcases your personality, what you find funny.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's like if I don't have anything like that dope going on, like what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna share you every play-by-play of my life.
I'm also not the greatest at advertising for like gigs that I have either. Luckily, I got a good following that's just like, all right, when's he posting? When's he posting? You know, but like in general, like I normally people set out like the dates they have for the year or the month or the week or whatever, and I'm normally waiting.
You're like the day before. You're like, oh yeah, by the way,
dude. Sometimes I do, and it's not even on purpose. It's not like I don't want to. I want people to come out, you know. But it's just like it feels like a chore, and I don't like working, dude.
Yeah, it feels like work you're not getting paid for, and I'm like oh gosh.
Which I mean I am technically getting paid for it because they are gigs, but also like
But like the personal connection of it all is what drives me, and like that's why I like live performing versus like more virtual stuff. Yeah. Obviously, I'm a little bit of a hypocrite because it's a podcast, but
this isn't. It's not a performance more than it's a conversation.
But it's also why it's not just a podcast of me talking to the camera the whole time. It's me having to have a conversation with someone because if it was just me alone in a room, I would go fucking insane. And no one wants to see that. Whereas
I'm sure some people out there do.
Some people actually probably would get off on that. Probably.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
But excited to chat with you about just kind of your life, man.
Me too. I was super excited when you messaged me and asked me and Dario to be. I was like, I don't as much as I love Dario and the pitch at competition. Obviously, I won it, and so many good things came from it. I really just like people from where I'm from, like Streator. We don't really get that much recognition.
I'll be honest, I've never heard of Streeterville until I met you.
Dude, not Streeterville, Streator.
Streetor.
Yeah. Check it
out. That's a hard O. Streetorville.
Yeah. Streeterville is in.
Oh, why am I thinking? Why did I think Streeterville?
Everyone does.
Really?
Everyone does.
Cool. I feel a little less bad now. I feel less.
Streetor. Don't feel bad, dude. It happens all the time. They're like, Streeterville? Nah, man. No. That's like downtown almost, dude. Streetor, yeah. Heck, we're the only streeter in the country, too.
Oh, no shit. That's pretty rare. I feel like there's a lot of there's probably like 6 Chicagos in the country, but only one. Maybe. Small town named Chicago. Yeah. I think they're cool.
Dude, I've seen some weird like names. There's a Paris over in Illinois somewhere. I'm just like, why? Just change the name, dude.
Yeah, it's like, this ain't it. Like, don't do that.
I always wonder if they have like an Eiffel Tower or something.
I guarantee somewhere a little mini one.
I'm sure they lean into that shit.
It's like their Bigfoot. Like whenever you go to like a rural town, it's like everyone claims Bigfoot as like their mascot. I'm sure if your town is named Paris, it's just like you have Eiffel Tower.
You gotta have. There's got to be like a souvenir shop or something.
Yeah, don't let us down like that. Yeah. Don't let us down like that, dude.
Oh my god, that's funny, dude.
Streeter. But born and raised in Streeter.
No, I was actually born in Chicago.
So you were actually born in Chicago. How long you lived in Streeter for?
The majority of my life. Okay. So I lived here for maybe like a year and a half, and then we moved to Hoffman Estates. And we lived there for like probably like a year and some change there. And then we moved to Streeter when I was like 3.5 years old. Mm-hmm. And we lived there from then until I think 3rd grade. And then I left to Chicago again, and I was here until halfway through 6th grade, and then we moved back to Streeter, and then I stayed there until I joined the military in 2008.
Oh damn! I didn't know you were a military boy too. Damn, we have a lot to dive into, because like I will say one of the coolest things about Pitch It, obviously other than the competitiveness and seeing everyone sing and like the talent there, it was like you believe in like things like fate, where it's like it's like you meet the right people at the right time of your life, and it's like something just kind of clicks with those people, and it's like, you know what, like we had something really special in those couple of months that we worked together. Dude. I felt that kind of throughout those couple months, where it was just like, I don't know if anyone here is my best friend in the whole world, but like the fact that like these people came into my life in what I feel like to be the really perfect time for these people, like I felt like that was the whole thing, and I think getting to know you and getting to know, Grace, getting to know Otter.
Grace
Mark,
is awesome. Otter's awesome. Sarah's awesome.
Yeah, there was no one in that group that I don't think didn't have an interesting story to tell, and a very talented also. So, but let's get into this, man. Let's get into this. Yeah. So, born in Chicago, lived in Streeter for most of your life.
Yes.
Streeter is a small town, right?
Yeah, it's like 20 to 30 minutes away from any major highway.
Okay, so like it's not the easiest to get to.
No, cornfields for days, dude. If you don't like cornfields, you're not gonna like to drive to Streeter.
Oh damn! It's tons of corn sweat everywhere.
Dude, I mean, I love it. Sure. I love the countryside. I love being able to, like, if I'm, I don't know, in my fields for the night or whatever, I need to go off somewhere, I can fuck off in the back road somewhere in the middle of nowhere. And no one's going to bother me and see the stars.
Yeah.
Honestly, don't get me wrong. There's still light pollution. Sure. We're only like 20, 30 minutes away from any major highway, but still.
Yeah.
Like, it's nice to be able to just fuck off and go somewhere, or like go on the river, jump whenever the hell I want. Cause we got one that runs through Streeter.
Oh, nice.
I love that. And like, it's very like small town-esque. Everyone knows everybody type situation. And we all support each other. And it's really, I don't know, man. I'm grateful. I've never really like I've been around the world. Obviously, I was in the military. I traveled with that. And I've also traveled in general in my life. In like 2015 to 2018, I want to say, I went to like various different states. I lived in right outside of San Francisco for a while. I lived in Las Vegas for a while. I lived in Atlanta for a while. I lived in New York for a while in like 2019.
Yeah.
So like I've been to different areas, but
you're not quote unquote like uncultured or untraveled. It's just like Streetor has always sort of been home base.
Yeah, dude. Streetor's home. That's the best way to put it. Streetor's home base. And I don't know, man. Maybe I just haven't met the right people in certain towns, but I've never felt the kind of camaraderie that I get from Streetor.
That's really cool, man. And like I feel like it's more and more rare to kind of feel that way, especially as it like, not to make this political, but as things like political discourse continues to be a thing, it's like there's a lot of animosity between people who live in cities and people who live in small towns, and like
for no reason.
Yeah.
Like
And
if you just talk to each other, dude, there's a lot of things you can connect on. It's weird.
We are more alike than people realize.
100%.
And like I'm from a small town too, and like I feel like if you're hot take, I feel like if you were born and raised in the city, you should have to spend 5 years of your life in a small town. And I also think the opposite. If you lived in a small town and were born and raised, you should have to live in the city for 5 years.
Dip your toes in.
Yeah,
right?
I say give it at least 5 years just to kind of bridge that gap of like, you know what? Shit ain't that different.
Yeah, it's not.
It's just a little bigger. Things go higher versus spread out.
Yeah.
But otherwise, we all want the same shit, dude.
Like, I'm sure there's areas in the city that you can go to. Like, I fuck off in the country roads. I'm sure there's people that go to wherever.
You go into Humboldt Park deep enough, it's almost like you're not in the city. Almost.
Maybe. I don't know. I've never been there.
You've never been to, oh, dude. Humboldt. Honestly, I love Humboldt Park.
I have. I might have like driven through there.
Honestly, you probably driven by it, probably.
But you know, I wouldn't be able to pick it out or even tell you where.
Oh, sure.
You know.
So, but yeah, there's pockets of those places everywhere. You just gotta. I think in the city you have to get a little bit more creative with like what is like disconnecting feel like, because you can never really 100% disconnect from the city.
But I also feel like you could probably go to a bar in a different neighborhood.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And like, be like, all right, I don't know no one here, you know?
Sweet. You could just sort of blend in and people watch for a while, dude.
Yeah.
But let's get into the music of this. So what was, as always, before we go into music, any big monumental ruts that you felt like you've overcome in your life to help get you to where you're at today, that you feel like shaped your life, shaped who you are?
So that's such a cool question because you sent me that text and I was like, okay, I knew what the podcast was about. And then you asked me that specifically. And I was like, I guess I've always been like a survivor or like someone that sees a wall and says, I'm going to climb over it. I'm going to go around it, or I'm going to go through it.
Yeah.
So I haven't really paid too much attention to like what the ruts were. But once I started thinking about it, I was like, man, my life has been filled with situations where I've been like, I got to supersede this. I have to supersede this. I have to get like in
this
my
can
head.
Either break me or I can overcome it.
Yeah,
those are the options.
And like in my head, it's been like a wall, but like it's the same thing. The rut where you like something happened, shit went bad. Yeah, you got to build back up. And I mean, growing up in the way that I did in the small town wasn't always the best.
Yeah,
like, there was a lot of racism for me growing up, for my family, not just in the small town, but in Chicago, everywhere we went. You know, from all kinds of races. And so that always sucked. And then them not being able to speak English, me and my brothers have always had to translate for them wherever we went. And sometimes there'd be some really uncomfortable situations that I had to translate, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And like having to go through that as a child growing up really prepared me for conversations that I would have as an adult.
Yeah.
Like, and it's unfortunate that it had to be in that way that happened. But also it really prepared me to not take everything so personally and understand that some people just have hate in their heart. And there's nothing you can do about it. Other than like move on, you know? All right, that's cool. Small interaction, a little bit uncomfortable, but like nothing's wrong with me. I'm all right.
I'm not hurt.
Moving. Yeah.
I ain't dead, so I'm good. Gotta keep moving.
So like I learned that at a super young age. And then just like moving from place to place and having to deal from like this situation to now this situation to now this situation. And we didn't have money or anything, you know. We grew up probably how the majority of people grew up, you know, struggling, trying to make ends meet.
Yeah. Paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah. I mean, there was moments where it was really uncomfortable, but like as a kid, you don't know that.
Yeah. You think that's just what life is.
Yeah,
you're like, oh, everybody lives this way.
You're just going through it, you know, it's whatever. No biggie. So that was probably the biggest one is just the translating all those uncomfortable moments for my parents. And then like growing up realizing that like, oh, like these people suck.
I shouldn't be around you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But luckily, I mean, that was early 90s, you know, that was a long time ago. And like you grow up around certain people that might think certain ways. And then eventually like you're friends and you don't even know why you hated each other in the first place and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, I always like to look at those situations too, because I'm obviously fairly white passing comparatively. But like growing up in a small town too, like you face it's just something something that happens in a small town. Not saying it's right, but it just does.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, you have to make it like not your problem to fix, but you also like, or at least how I try to find solace in that is like, you know, I'm hoping this interaction at least helps bridge that gap eventually for you to go on to that self-discovery phase of being like, hey, maybe I shouldn't be racist, or maybe I shouldn't be an asshole. And I'm like, you know what? I hope that I'm just I'm hoping I'm just the stepping stone to help further bridge that gap for you, right. But it's also not my problem to fix. So I'm not going to just sit around here and just like let you do that, or like just sit here and tolerate it like it's normal. It's like, I'm just going to, cool, great, bye.
Like I also feel like casual racism done correctly is something that doesn't need to go away. Like Dave Chappelle. You ever watch Dave Chappelle's skits?
Yes, I watch
super
a lot.
Super racist.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to say super racist, but funny racist, casually racist.
Yeah.
I like comedy like that. But I also think I like comedy like that because of how I grew up.
Sure.
Like it's the trauma, you know, that's like, well, I mean, at least he's not serious, or at least he's making a joke out of it.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite ones that he did was where he's like a slave and you're filming like a film set is what they're doing. Yeah. It's not a real movie, but he's getting whipped, and then the small little white dude that's whipping him accidentally hits him for real. I don't know if he really does, but you know. Yeah. And he like turns around, he's like, motherfucker, he goes over there and like starts like chasing him. And I just think that's so funny because it's like one of the most racist things that ever happened in history. Like, well, horrible, I should say. Not even just racist, but horrible. But like to make a light of it like that, like I feel like we need to be able to make light of situations like that. And you know, it is racist, the topic, but like, how are you going to make things not so horrible if you don't play with them a little bit?
Yeah, and I also think that there's a level of like learning that can happen from making those types of situations palpable for a wider audience. And comedy is a very palpable way of ingesting knowledge. So like when we see it and it's comedy, I think where the problem sometimes happens is people can't differentiate between the reality and the comedy of it, and they're like, "Oh, this is just funny," and it's like, no, it's hilarious.
It's based on something,
but it's based on reality, and that's what kind of helps further facilitate the humor of it all. It's like, God, we did this. This was a thing that happened.
That really happened.
that was not a joke. That is not a drill. That happened.
Yeah, I say that all the time. Yeah, that really happened.
Yeah, and like that's where I think the problem happens. But like I kind of agree. Like those things have to kind of exist because otherwise they just get forgotten, and I think by that point we're kind of destined to repeat the action if we don't.
Absolutely.
You know, it's like if we can laugh at it because we know it's bad. Like that's what the humor is.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, I totally get that, dude. I totally get that.
So going back to like the rut situation.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, I've thought of a few. That one was one of them. Another one, when I first started playing music, it was it had to have been like January or February, and I got booked to play a 3-hour gig for like basically pennies, you know. But I was a nobody, you know. So like
that's the grind, baby.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get known. That's it. I just want people to hear me. And like I go into this bar, and there had to have been like maybe 4 or 5 people there, and I had at the time, I guess it's another situation, Rud. I didn't have a license. I lost my license because I hate insurance. Right?
Yeah, dude.
I pay it now. I pay it now, right? But at the time, I was like, what the fuck for? Why am I paying something to somebody?
For maybe needing it?
Yeah, for maybe needing it.
Maybe,
what the hell, dude? So
I'm literally going to give you this money and hope I never need it, but I'm still going to give you the money anyway.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking backwards.
And then they have like, it's liability or full coverage. Like, why are there 2 options?
Yeah.
I'm basically paying you so I don't get in trouble. If I do liability, full coverage, all the money I give you in 1 year, I could probably go buy a vehicle with.
Exactly.
What the hell?
Maybe not by today's standards because cars are fucking expensive, but honestly, probably pretty damn close.
But you get what I'm saying, though, right? You pay that over a couple
years. Yeah. For sure.
You got a brand new car if you just put that in the bank and you didn't crash or nothing. Anyway, I'm fucking going off into a tangent.
No, I dig it.
Yeah. So, so anyway, I lost my license and I had a friend that was taking me to and from gigs, but all my money was going to her.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't getting anything. I would take the tip money, but like I know she's got to pay insurance. She's got to pay gas. So I would just pay her what I was making, which I wasn't making much, but still, she was getting all of it.
Yeah.
So I'm playing and like people just start leaving. No one's coming in. And by the end of it, I'm just playing to the bartender. And I'm like, damn, this sucks. And she comes up to me. And it's been in like an hour and 15 minutes at this point, not even halfway through. And she's like, hey, I'm just going to close up. And then she offered to give me half the money. And I was like, I can't though. I'm paying someone.
Yeah.
Like I'm not getting any of the money. I obviously didn't make nothing in tips. No one fucking liked me. I didn't know why. I thought I did good. Maybe I just wasn't playing the right music.
Yeah, it wasn't their vibe.
Yeah, you know. Yeah. At the time I took it personally, but like looking back on it, people probably just weren't fucking feeling it. You know? And obviously people weren't there and people like to be around people.
Sure.
And I wasn't a draw. So she offered half, and I was like, "Would you mind if I got full and like we can make a deal for next time?" She's like, and then she gave me like 3/4, and I was like, "Whatever." Hopefully, my ride is okay with that, you know. Yeah. So then, my ride couldn't get there until the 3-hour mark. So I ended up breaking down and sitting outside
emotionally or actually.
No, breaking down like my gear. You know? Because I'm just like, whatever, it is what it is. I just gotta fucking keep moving, right?
Yeah.
Breaking down all my gear. I take it outside, and it's snowing.
Dude, isn't that the fucking worst, dude? It's always on the worst day ever.
Yeah,
it fucking blizzards, it snows, and you're just stuck with your shit.
Dude, I'm sitting outside just looking at my gear. She locked up. She left, and that's when I started breaking down, like mentally. I was like, what the fuck am I doing with my life, dude? Like, why am I doing this? Why am I subjecting myself to this? I'm doing this to myself, and like I start questioning all my decisions because I had 40 minutes there, dude. I was just fucking snow on top, snow.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking to myself, this is never going to happen again. I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that this never happens again because this is the absolute worst feeling. And luckily a buddy of mine ended up driving by and he was like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, it got canceled.
You're like bumming, bro.
Yeah,
bumming it out.
He's like, where's your car? And I was like, I don't have one. He's like, what the hell? So he helps me pack all his stuff in his truck, and he was a bar owner. So we ended up going to his bar and chilling there, and he bought me like 1 or 2 beers or something, and he just had a real conversation with me too. He's like, sometimes shit doesn't work right. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it sucks, and sometimes it doesn't. But if you're not willing to take the sucky moments, then why even shoot for the good ones,
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that's pretty real. And it's pack that with what I was thinking already and like how I needed to change my life. Man, it never happened to me again.
Sure.
But a lot of it had to do with that moment and like, okay, now, like right now, I know I was talking earlier how I don't like to advertise, but after that time, I was like, oh man, I need to make sure everyone I know knows that I have a gig. So I would send text messages. I would make posts and I would tag people.
The personal invites and shit. I mean, those things matter. Those things matter, man. When people get tagged and stuff, it's like, oh, they want me to come. Oh, well then, shit, I should go.
Yeah. But like, don't get me wrong. There was a lot of people that liked it, but there were some people that are like, why would you tag me? I'm just trying.
You're like, yo, I just need the algorithm to help me out, bro.
I know, right? Come on, bro. So but I mean, if it wasn't for that moment in my life. Like just literally sitting there as the snow's falling down, as it's literally collecting on all of my gear. Luckily my guitar's in a case, and I just sat there huddled up, man. If it wasn't for that, like I don't think I would have ever pursued music as hard as I did, and I don't mean just like going out and playing gigs. I mean like being better and getting better and playing better and learning new songs and being a better showman to make sure that I'm not just sitting there reading something and singing, like that moment sparked an entire different kind of, what do you call it?
Like a motivation, an inspiration. Like it motivated you to like stretch yourself beyond just the musicianship. It's like, okay, cool. Like, hey, I know I can sing. I know I can play music. How do I take this that I'm good at and help package it in a way that actually resonates with people and wants people to listen? And
1,000%.
Sometimes you need someone to tell you that. And like, it sounds like this guy was just the right person saying the right thing at the right time, saying the right thing. And
it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for that moment.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have happened if that night hadn't sucked ass. I would have been inside playing. I probably never would have changed my approach. Maybe as fast as maybe
eventually.
Yeah, eventually, but it wouldn't have been that time.
Yeah.
You know, it wouldn't have been then. And so many great things came from it after that. I ended up getting a manager for a little bit. Nice. I played at the House of Blues.
Hell yeah.
I opened up for a bunch of big artists. And it was like really, really smooth sailing. And then 2015 hit and I went crazy.
Oh no. What happened?
I lost my mind, dude. So like 2020, that was 2013 that happened, that situation.
Yeah.
I ended up quitting my job after that and just trying to pursue music full time.
Yep.
So 2014 is when all the good things started happening. Mm-hmm. And then 2015, my band was like on the rocks. And it just made me feel super insecure. And I was like, man, this is crazy. And I started like blaming people internally for things that weren't happening in my life. And I found myself getting really negative and just like self-loathing and just like, you know, when you start blaming other people, you're in the wrong.
Yeah,
like, you can't do that. So
I mean, it's a tough pill to swallow, the accountability piece of like your role in any toxic situation. Because I mean, Lord knows there's toxic people out there, but it always takes two to tango, man.
It does.
And that relationship is give and take with whether it be relationships, like romantic relationships, friendships, whatever. It's you get what you put in sometimes, and that's the accountability piece that's sometimes hard to like, you know, admit to.
Will that really be?
Like maybe I was a little bit of a dick. Maybe just a little bit.
Yeah, at the time I was like what do you call it when you have no basis in reality, like just
delusional?
Delusional. Yeah. I was delusional as hell, dude. I thought I was going to be riding off into the sunset into Hollywood or getting contracts or whatever because of how fast everything was happening. I mean, it was happening really, really fast at the time. And if it just stopped. It just stopped. We stopped getting the gigs. Mostly because looking back on it now, all I had to do was reach out to people.
Yeah.
That's it. And like, everything kept coming to me. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'll just wait for the next one to come, or I'll just wait for this to happen, or, you know, and my bandmates were like, we have to like start doing stuff. We have to start going out and trying to find gigs and all this. Yeah. And I'm like, it'll happen or whatever. And obviously they're not going to stick around and wait for something to happen. You know, I don't blame them at all.
Yeah.
But at the time I was like, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? And I was going crazy. I was like, man, everyone hates me. No one likes me. And just getting super fucking negative. And so I fucked off to California.
Heck yeah, dude. Dipped out. Honestly, slap the old restart button, baby.
Yeah. So I went to Cali to stay with a friend of mine that I served in the military with. And I was just like, you know, I just need to get away. And she was like, yeah, come on. And she was staying with another military friend of mine. And like, we were just living together, and I would go hiking all the time. And I just realized that I was having a mental breakdown because of how well everything was going and how everything just like
spiraled out of control.
Yeah. And like, it was all me. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
It was all my fault that everything went the way that it did. But like, if it wasn't for me going to California and like essentially trying to find myself, or whatever you want to call it, I don't think that I would have been able to recenter myself. And so all that happened, and I came back to Chicago for a little bit. I lived over in Rogers Park, I think it was, up north. I lived up there for like 6 months, and I had a job at a hotel that I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like just try to be a normal person, right?
Yeah.
And I was out there for a little bit working, and I ended up getting fired because of just letting my emotions get to me again. You know, it wasn't my fault that the argument started, but it certainly was my fault that I got escalated. So then I'm like, fuck, again, dude. Like, again, what is wrong with me?
Yeah.
You know, I start blaming myself. Like, man, everyone hates me. And just like thinking super negatively about myself.
A little self-sabotagey a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it was so bad, man. And then 2018, I came back to Streator. And I ended up getting a job as an entertainer on a skydiving base.
Cool. Hell yeah.
The coolest job, dude.
I mean, that sounds lit as hell.
Dude, it was great. And like the skydiving community is badass as hell too, you know?
It's a bucket list item of mine for sure. Yeah. Going skydiving. My wife, it scares her, so she's like, "Please don't." And I'm like,
dude, it's so
the adrenaline, the adrenaline junkie in me just loves that shit, dude. I'm like, I got to,
dude, right to the veins.
I know,
bro.
dude. I'm so bad. I will not say no to anything the first time. People are like, "You want to do something crazy?" I'm like, "Yeah." People are like, "Don't you want to know what it's for?" I was like, "Don't need to. I'll do it for the experience."
Dude, you know what's funny is so like the reason
it's the Jackass era. That's why. That's
right.
I blame the Jackass era. I'll do it for the experience.
But Jackass is a thing because we all got that in us.
Oh,
the
for
reason
sure.
they got so big is because a lot of us are like, I want to do that.
I want to jump off a roof into a kiddie pool. Fuck
you want to kick me in the chest? Hell yeah, dude. we have that in us, I think, naturally.
Yeah.
Which I think is why it went viral, because you got these crazy motherfuckers taking it to the top. But you know that you secretly want to be a part of that group and do some dumb shit.
Dude, 100%. I'm that guy for sure. But so working as an entertainer on the skydiving for the
So I got that gig because I had gone to an open mic, and man, I just was on fire then. I remember thinking like, man, I really, really just want to like show people.
Yeah.
I had gone to California. I was gone for a couple months working with my brother on the road. He was a construction. He had his own construction business, and I helped him build it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so cool.
I was on the road after I had been in California with him, and so I got back. So it had been a while since anyone heard me, and the whole time, like, even though I'm hating myself and feeling self-loathing and like having trouble trying to control my emotions and regulating myself in general, I never stopped playing music. I never stopped getting better. I never stopped working on that because I knew that that's eventually what I wanted to get into when the time was right. Like, it might not be right now, but eventually
you're preparing for when the luck hits.
Yes,
you're preparing for the luck, baby.
Like we had to be, like we were talking about before. Yeah. Exactly.
Luck is going to come at your door, but you got to be ready for it when it does. And you got to make sure our boy Raul is ready to go.
So I go to this open mic and I play, and one of the guys, he was like the entertainment
director.
Yeah.
There's a
whatever that word is. He was that guy, right? And he happened to be at the open mic, and he comes up and he starts talking to me about playing over there. I'm like, oh, hell yeah, dude. Because I just made a post that day. I don't know if he'd seen my Facebook or if it was coincidental, but I just made made a post that day talking about how, like, I would love to go skydiving. Yeah. So this dude comes up, and I didn't advertise that I was going to do the open mic. So there's no way he would have known, right?
Sure.
So he comes up to me and he tells me about this, like, going out and playing at the skydiving center and just showing people what I could do. And I was like, oh yeah, for sure. He's like, I'll give you a free skydive and a video package, like, just to go play. And I was like, dude, that's like a $500 deal.
Yeah. You're like, yes, please.
Yeah, dude. I was like, fuck yeah. So I have a video.
Sure, like, let me think about. Yeah.
I'll actually send you that video so you can.
Please do.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to.
Yeah, but yeah, I got a whole video package, and like as I'm falling through the air, I'm singing lyrics to one of my band's songs.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool as hell.
We never recorded the track, but I am screaming the lyrics, and I'm doing this, dude. It's so cool. It's like the greatest experience of my life.
Hey, dude, I fucking love that, dude. That's cool as hell, man.
Yeah. It was great, dude. And then,
but wait, there's more.
There was another skydiver there that wanted to take my position, which, don't get me wrong, like, I'm going to stay in that position as long as I don't do anything wrong. But the way he was trying to bully himself into like coming up and taking over, I lost it, dude. And, you know, again, my emotions took over, and then I get fired, I get canned. And it was cool because I had a lot of people there that were like pro me.
Sure.
And
yeah.
like, I'm sure if I really pushed for it, I could have taken that job back.
Made it work.
But also, like, I knew that, like, my emotions were just like, I'm still having trouble. Like, something is wrong.
Yeah.
Something in my, like, I don't know what you want to call it, my personality or whoever I am as a person just has a hard time regulating his emotions once I get past that point.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? And, like, he was just so good at getting under my skin, and it worked, dude. It worked like a charm.
Yeah.
And, I ended up getting canned. And then I was like, man, I was losing my mind, and I had driven maybe like 4 months earlier, and I got pulled over. So I had a court date for driving with on a suspended license for the insurance thing that happened.
Oh,
right?
sure.
And I ended up getting they ended up coming get me on a warrant because I had missed my court date, and so like. And then the same day that they got me on the warrant, dude, the same day they got me on the warrant, my band told me that they were firing me.
Fuck.
Dude, so I was
the trifecta, bro.
Dude, I lost my mind. I was like, I remember because when you get admitted into jail, they have to ask you certain questions. And they had asked me some certain questions. I think one of them was like, do you have negative thoughts, or has someone died, or has something serious happened? You know, and I answered everything honestly. So at the end of this conversation, I was in a padded room.
Oh, damn! Yeah, dude. They're like, do you have dark thoughts? You're like right now, or
right now specifically?
Yes. But also
dude.
Yesterday, too. Yes to both. All the time.
Yeah. So
damn, dude.
Yeah, dude. So I'm in this padded.
How dare
room.
you and your integrity? Fuck. lie.
Audacity, dude. The audacity. So anyway, I'm in this padded room. The lights never go out, dude. They never go out. And it's like, how am I not supposed to go more crazy?
Yeah,
that's all I could think about. So then all I could think about was like, just sing. Like that's all my heart told me to do was like, just like, this is the worst like, fucking time of your life right now. Everything is going wrong. You lost your job. You lost your band. You're in jail.
I'm literally in jail.
Right. And like a big part of me didn't want to admit it, but knew that it was all my fault.
Yeah.
It was all my fault. It was all my reactions. With me getting fired, it was my reaction. With me getting cut from the band, it was my reaction. It was for the ticket and going to jail. I knew when the court date was.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not stupid. Yeah. I could have put that on the fucking calendar. I had a letter. They made it way obvious to know what day it was. There was no reason for me to miss it. And on top of that, I'm the one that chose not to pay the insurance.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the one that chose to drive again with no insurance.
Yeah.
And then get my license revoked. So, like, I am just so self-loathing.
It's all just fucking cascading down.
Dude, and it just sucked, dude. It sucked so bad. So, like I said, the only thing I could think of, the only thing I knew that could make me feel better, make my life feel better, that even no matter, no one could take away from me, unless they killed me, was my voice.
Yeah.
So I just started singing my fucking heart out, dude.
What were you? Were you like coming up with stuff on the spot, or were you?
Both.
What were you singing?
Songs that I written, songs that like I think I'd sang "Lean on Me" while I was in there.
Classic.
Songs that I was making up. Like I just sang and sang and sang as passionately as I could. And then like I don't know when it was because I had no idea how long I was in there. But they ended up coming to me, and I went to go talk to I don't know what it's called in the jail. I don't know if it's the same as a warden or whatever.
Maybe. I would call them the sheriff. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever the big honcho is.
Yeah.
He had pulled me. He had requested for them to come get me and go talk to him. And so I was talking to him, and he was just talking to me about everything. And he was like, yeah, you know, everyone was talking about how you were just singing, and it was amazing. Like everyone was talking about how good you did. And I was like,
what a weird environment to get that positive feedback from. Be like, oh yeah, by the way, while you're here, thought I'd tell you, sick beats, bro.
So he asked me like what was going on. He's like, you know, I don't know if it was just how passionately it has to be how passionately I was singing and just letting it all out for him to be like, okay, what's going on with this guy? Because he's obviously not fucking crazy, right? Yeah. So
he's singing in a padded room, but that's not crazy. Weirdly enough, we're actually like, I think there might be some sanity here,
right? So I have this conversation with him, just honest conversation about everything that's happening, about how I'm feeling, about how I know that this is all my fault, and he was just like, okay, I'm gonna let you out. Just make sure you don't miss this next this next court date. And I was like, shut up.
You're like, dude, that's what I'm talking about.
Took me up to the judge. Judge was like, cool.
He dapped him up, be like, let our boy go. Straight up, like, yo.
And I got let out of jail. I literally saved myself
Your
out
Honor,
of jail.
Your Honor, trust me, we had this guy in jail, but did you hear his voice?
But did you hear his voice?
Did you hear it? It literally melted our cold hearts. We had to let him go.
Dude, it was wild. I could not believe.
Your music literally changed their minds.
Dude,
literally.
My voice, not my music.
Oh, sure.
My voice. I'm sure everything I sang was equally as a part of it, but yeah, they were just like, it was, I could not believe it. To this day, my buddy still tells me, he's like, you're the only person I know who's ever sang himself out of jail.
Hey, dude, honestly, badass as hell, dude. And also just like going back to that a little bit, like I do find, I'm not a religious person, but I consider myself a spiritual person because like I'm kind of an agnostic. I don't really know what I believe in.
I don't know what that means.
It means like you believe, like you're kind of open to believing whatever could be true, but you don't really align yourself with like a specific religious affiliation.
Okay.
Like, is there a God? Is there not a God? I don't really know. I'm just gonna focus on being a good person and hope by the time
some people say the proof is in the Bible. Some people say that it's just a book. I don't know.
Exactly. So so spiritual, not religious is kind of where I sit. But like what I find interesting about that and something I do believe is like there is always something within everybody that tethers their soul to reality and tethers their soul to their body. And I think in times of desperation or in times of true hitting that real rock bottom, I think that comes out in us of like, okay, what is going to keep me in my body, in reality, throughout this really trying time where the thing you want to do most is escape, whether it be through, horrible means or means we don't got to get into. But I think like the fact that like you're in a padded room, you lost your band, you're in jail, you're all this shit, and your mind and your soul says, you know what, I have to sing here. It's like I think those are the signs that there are those things within everybody that tether them to reality. And for you, it's music, it's singing. It's like, hey, if I don't have this, then I'm not me. So I'm going to hold on to this one thing that I know is me because that's what's going to help me get through this thing. Yeah. And I think that's why some people write some of the best music in times of sadness and desperation. We talked about this a little bit with Otter on her episode, but like, it's like, do you know the song Change Gonna Come by Sam Cooke? Yeah. He wrote that in prison after he got sent to jail too.
Shout out to Chris Williams.
Hell yeah.
It's his song. He always sings it, dude.
But he wrote that song in jail and it was that kind of that same thing. He was like at this low point. He was like, God, like, why is the life like tearing me down and like why can't I seem to fix what the situation I'm in? And he wrote that song and it ends up being like it's transcended generations.
Oh yeah, dude, I love that whole album fucking is killer, dude.
But it's like again, it's like you're in this moment and it's like, hey, what's gonna tether your soul to your body right now? And it's like writing music, singing, doing whatever. Yeah. And I think everyone has some version of that, whether it's music or not. But I think it's cool that in your moment, it was like, hey, you know what? I have a voice. That's what's keeping me here, focused and sane throughout this fucking bullshit. And to some degree helps you process. I'm sure it helped you process a little bit of what was happening to you and taking some of that accountability too. Like
it really helped me accept. That was the most important thing for me was accepting what was happening and accepting that it was me, accepting that everything was my fault. Yeah. And I knew that the only thing that could make me feel better, like I said, the only thing they couldn't take away from me unless they killed me was my voice. Yeah. And man, just letting it out like that. And dude, if anyone had a microphone recording that, there'd be some pretty awesome ass fucking vocals.
Oh, I'm sure.
I was going all in.
Dude, that padded room, the acoustics.
Yeah. The acoustics.
Dude. But going more into music, like who would you consider some of your musical inspirations? Like who or what inspires you musically?
Originally, it was I was a real big fan of it was a movie. I don't know if you ever seen The California Raisins.
I've not.
All right, so The California Raisins is a claymation movie made in the late 80s, early 90s. I think there was 2 of them, maybe 3 of them. I'm not really sure. I guess you guys could let me know in the comments. But they did a lot of Motown. So it'd be like, ooh, I bet you won. Like stuff like that, you know? And I remember being a kid seeing that and I'm like, what the heck? This is awesome. Had no idea it was based in real bands and real music. I think it was Marvin Gaye that wrote that song. Had no idea. All I knew was that there was this VHS tape. And I loved watching it.
And it sounded good.
And it sounded so good, right? So that was my original inspiration, was them. And then throughout the years, it changes all the time. I'll listen to artists that might be years, like 2 or 3 years ago. My buddy Rob, he's an amazing, incredible pianist. Has like 7 or 8, 9, 10 albums out. I'm not really sure how many. He just finished one. But he introduced me to Eddie Van Halen.
Okay. Yeah.
Growing up, like, people made fun of Van Halen in the workout room, you know?
Yeah.
And like, that's all I remember from them. Never thought to delve into the music or anything. I just thought, for some reason in my head, never to go into figuring out or listening to any of their music. But I went and hung out with him a couple times, and he was obsessed with Eddie Van Halen. And I remember one time I went to him because I knew he's an extremely awesome pianist. I was like, I want to be a better guitarist. Like, can you help me figure out how to be a better guitarist? And I didn't mean like going to music theory or like, I wanted challenging songs.
Yeah, it wasn't the I don't want to say the science of music that you were looking for. You were like, I want to be pushed musically, artistically.
Yes. So I asked him, and he was like, why don't you try listening? Or he's like, have you ever heard the Eddie Van Halen solo? And I can't remember for the life of me what it's called right now, and I'm sure he's going to whoop my ass. but I was like, no. And I'm like, watch this. And so like he plays it on his TV, and it's like he got a pretty decent sized TV, and he plays his solo, and I'm like blown away by not only like the technicality of what he's doing, but like what he's doing while he's doing it. Like jumping around, running, smoking a cigarette, and hitting everything. Like, yeah, dude, like incredible stuff. Like,
I could barely walk and chew gum, dude. And people are out here jumping, playing guitar, like crazy guitar chords.
Hitting pinch harmonics. Like, just crazy, incredible stuff, man. And I was like, what the heck? And then ever since then, I've been like, trying to, like, I can't do anything that Eddie Van Halen does other than like basic shit, but like going into like my head about how I play while I'm playing, and then like the trying to be different in terms of timing and like performance, and trying to wow people with my original stuff. And like that has been like a huge inspiration in that sense. But I also get inspired by like random artists. Like I think his name is Juke or Jake or something. Golden Hour.
You know what I'm talking
about? When that song came out, I was like, what a beautiful piece. Like that's it. And this is just some kid from wherever the hell he's from.
Probably some small town like Streetor, probably.
Yeah, probably. And that dude just like wrote this masterpiece. Like, and I'm pretty sure he got big off of TikTok or one of the streaming platforms or something, dude.
Yeah.
And like that's inspirational, you know, or like the A B C D E F U and your whatever.
Yeah.
Like
that's a great song.
Like,
I enjoy that.
Yeah, what a great that's incredible. Like I'm like, you take all these little bits and pieces and then you're just like, man, I like this. Let me take this. I don't like this. Let me leave that. And so like, there's not one artist or
like one genre,
or what genre that really inspires me. But I love good music.
Yeah. I will say that's something I think is really cool. Like, you know, I think there's a lot of pros and cons when we talk about, you know, streaming services and accessibility and stuff. And like, there's a lot of nuances in there, but I think something cool that has come out of the streaming service era in terms of music or whatever. It's like, there used to be so specific lines in the sand of what genre was what, or like, hey, if you sing like this, you're this genre. If you sing like this, you're not. And because there's so much different music and so much different art and media being able to consume by so many different people, I think we're kind of in that era now where like you could make the argument that music has lost its identity to what it is exactly because there is such a mix of what songs can do now. But also there is something nice that like you can now listen to emo rap music. You can listen to country hip hop now. Like these are things that are all kind of blending together and making something really cool because you're no longer stuck in your specific silo of music or your specific silo of art that you're used to being like stuck into, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you're from a small town and like, let's say you're from a small town and everyone listens to country. Like in the 80s and 90s, it was like, that was probably your music taste because like you really just didn't have access to other music. Really.
Dude, what really made me stand out when I first started was the variety of everything I had. Because one thing that really helped me was that I had immigrant parents. They never told me what to listen to. Yeah. We weren't a country family, a rock family, a rap family, or anything like that. Like they obviously loved listening to Spanish music, but like they never regulated what I went and bought. They never discouraged me from listening
you were
to
translating
anything.
for them, right?
Yeah.
So they probably didn't know. They were like, we don't really know what the song's saying.
Dude,
right?
okay, I got a funny story about that. So because they were super immigrant, right, and Mexican family, they had no idea what South Park was.
Okay, yep.
So
let me strap in here.
So like I'm talking like 1999, 1998. I bring whatever year the South Park Bigger, Badder,
Uncut.
Yeah. That one. Whatever year that came out, dude, I brought it to the Christmas gathering.
Nice. Hell yeah.
And I just told them it was a cartoon, dude.
You're like, enjoy.
All my aunts and uncles, they're all like, we're all immigrants, right?
Yeah.
Like I was the firstborn in my family to be born in America. So like me and my little cousins, like we know English. They don't really know what's going on in society.
They see y'all like laughing and they're just like, great, cool.
Yeah, right. So bro, I should not have brought South Park to the Christmas gathering, dude. But I did. Dude, and when they found out, dude, my parents were so mad at me.
They're like, we literally watched that whole movie. We watched you sing along.
No, they didn't watch it all. They were all doing whatever.
Sure.
We're kids, but once they realized, oh, bro, I got in so much trouble.
Dude, that's fucking awesome, dude. I honestly like, how could you not though? Like, it
was such a funny movie.
How old were you? Like,
I was like 9, maybe.
Exactly. Like, you're just getting to that age where you're kind of a piece of shit because you're a kid and you're like, yeah, my parents can't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Let's pull a fast one on them.
Oh, dude,
like, who doesn't at 9?
That was a slow burn, man. I watched I don't even think my cousins had watched anything like that, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, so you introduced them. You're like, welcome.
They're just like getting uncomfortable, dude. And I'm just like, this is funny stuff.
You're like, this is great, guys.
Well, come on, bitch, biggest bitch in the whole wide world. I bitch to all the boys and girls.
So now we know where Raul got his musical inspiration from.
Yeah, that was it right there, dude.
South Park.
No. But it was I forgot what we were talking about originally, but man, that was
music.
Music.
Something music. Hell yeah, dude. So we're getting close to time, but we have time for a little bit more. So other than the music, you have a very wide eclectic mix, being inspired by so many different facets of music. Like, how do you feel that translates into the music that you play, or whether it be an original from yours or a song that you cover? Like, do you feel like those various facets of music inspire how you play?
Yeah. So I think a lot of my stuff, how I like to look at it, is the acoustic version of its real version.
Sure.
And I haven't created real versions of them, but that's how I look at it. Like, they're the acoustic versions. Like, I have songs that I'm going to be releasing that I would love to have trumpets and saxophones on. I would love to have some killer fucking double bass shit on. I got some rock. I got some really nice like R&B. I got some country songs. I got rock. Like, to me, it's like I said, it's the acoustic versions of what I really want them to sound like. But all I am is an acoustic guy. I can play the electric just like any electric player can play the acoustic, but it's two different worlds. Yeah. Essentially.
They don't translate completely one-to-one always.
No. I mean, no, they can get close, but no. Like, I got a pedal that I can put effects on my acoustic, but it's not going to sound the same as it would on an electric. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's just so many different variables. Like, it's a big hollow body as opposed to just a solid body. You know, there's resonation. The way it resonates is way different, and the way that the pickups pick up the sound of the strings is way different than it would an acoustic. And
the tonality of stuff all sounds very different.
And it all matters. It all matters. Like to the electric guitar player, it matters. They'll go out of their way to buy all kinds of gear to get that perfect sound. I'll go out of my way to go test drive a shit ton of acoustic guitars to get the right sound. You know, it's
got to feel right. It's got to sound right.
Exactly, man. So yeah, it definitely affects the songs that I've written. But like I said, I do look at my songs as the acoustic versions of the actual version I want them to become.
Sure. Dude, so with that, like, so going into my next question, like where are we at right now in your music journey, and where do we want it to be, or ideally in a perfect world, where would we like to see it in the future, or like where is it progressing to essentially?
So in a perfect world, I would be playing for big festivals in front of people and having them singing back my songs.
Hell yeah.
That's in a perfect world.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the dream, baby.
Right now, I'm working on an album with Evan Dunn. That was part of That was part of the...
Dude, shout out to you, Evan. Much love, brother.
Dude, Evan, you're fucking smart as shit, man.
Dude, also just hella nice guy. Dude.
So you know how we were talking about how like we're just not into posting content just to post content.
Yeah.
So he knows this about me, and I was talking to him, and he was like, well, why don't we record video, which is what we're going to do next. We're going to video record, and he's going to professionally record the audio, and we're going to splice them together to create content.
Sure.
Like instead of it just being me to go out of my way at home or do whatever to try to motivate myself to go and record something, we're going to do it at his place, have two different angles, and I'm just going to do a set, run through it. We're going to cut and splice it.
Cut how you like it.
Yeah, and then like put little snippets on Facebook, on Instagram,
feels
or
more
whatever.
Candid that way.
Dude, and that's
what makes a difference to me.
Yeah. I'm really not like the pretend to be something type of guy. I'm just not. I it's on my face. I wear it's on my sleeve, whatever that phrase is, whatever it is. So like when he said that to me, he's like, yeah, just record yourself doing stuff when you want to do stuff or something along those lines. And I was like, man, well, I want to record this, you know, and why not? He's the one that brought up the idea of video recording. I'm like, man, that's genius.
Just throw a camera up, man.
And it's so simple.
Yeah.
It's literally just throw a camera up.
Yeah.
He's going to record the audio.
And he'll cut however you want.
Yeah. Like we had long conversation when I went to go record with him, because I already have an album recorded.
Yeah.
And it was just me straight shooting it. Like just boom, hit record on the mic, go straight for it, and that's it. And I really, really enjoyed that. And like he just was, I don't know if he was able to read me very easily or if he just understood me, but man, it was such a simple switch when he said that. I was like, why didn't I think of that, dude? Oh my God.
Another example of someone saying the right thing at the right time where it just fucking clicks, baby.
Dude,
I fucking love that, dude. I love moments like that where it's like, you know what? Like, so again, it just hits you at the right time where it's like, duh. Like that is how simple this could be, and let's fucking do it. I mean, we're like that with this podcast most of the time. We're just like, shit, let's just fucking do some stuff.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. This is cool. I'm real glad that you asked me to be on here.
Hey, I appreciate it too.
I really can't. Oh yeah, we should lift up the pitch.
Oh yeah. So real quick, before we advertise some stuff, because I have one. Well, not one more question necessarily, but any advice? You've gone through a lot. You've done a lot. You've been on this earth for a long time. Someone who's maybe at the beginning of their journey, whether it be music or just kind of with anything, what sort of advice do you have for those people to like keep pushing on, or to like, hey, you know what, find your thing?
I guess for me, like if I'm talking to young me, I would say accept that you have flaws and don't let your ego get in the way of your progression. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Hey, heck yeah, man. Move the ego to the side, man.
That ego's a real bitch. It's a real bitch. It really is.
You got to stay humble a little bit. You got to stay humble, man.
Oh yeah. I learned the hard way. Many hard ways. Yeah.
Spend some time in a padded cell for a while. It changes, man.
For however, I don't even know how long it was, dude. But yeah. And like all the losses, and that's not even like, I mean, there was a whole situations in COVID in 2022. Like I got a whole story of fucking this, you know, where like every turn, it was me and my fucking ego, dude. Me and my fucking ego. Just now, finally, I feel like I'm regulating it well, but man, it took a while where I thought I was, and then I wasn't. You know,
sure.
Like someone triggers you the right way, and all of a sudden you're just like,
hey, well, I will say for I haven't known you for a long time, Raul, but I will say that like I am a believer that we are never just one moment of our lives. We are a culmination of a lot, and the fact that like you have one, been in that place, you are who you are now, but you also accept the accountability and the responsibility that it takes from being that person to who you are now. Like that takes ultimately a person who really cares about themselves and really cares about other people to really go on that journey. And like that to me is a good person, you know. Were you a good person 100% of the time? No, but nobody is. Nobody is. It's about who you are right now in this moment. And like the fact that you went on that journey alone, man, is fucking admirable, bro. So I have nothing but mad props. Much love for that journey, man.
Thank you, man.
Let's represent some shirts real quick. Y'all, real quick. Represent Streetor, represent.
Hey,
pitch hit.
represent.
Shout out to my pitch hitters, dude.
That's right.
If you're listening and watching, be sure to throw a little heart in the comment section.
Hey, by the way, I didn't fucking do that right. Anyway, June 26th, I'm going to be doing my show at Home Away From Home. So why don't you guys come out and support your boy?
Dude.
And listen to my original music, listen to the covers that I'm going to play, and just come out, be entertained, and have a good time.
Dude, we have a lot of Chicago listeners, and I will say, as someone who watched Raul perform for about 10 weeks, it's worth going, man. It's gonna be at the very least, it's gonna be a good time with some good music, and it's a bar, so they have alcohol, so it's gonna be a good time. But as always, listeners, my name is X. This was Out of the Rut. This was my boy Raul. Streetor represent, not Streeterville, Streator.
Yeah, not Streeterville.
Yeah, don't fuck it up like I did, but represent, man. We love small town heroes, baby.
Seriously, I really appreciate it, man, because we really don't give that much recognition out there.
Dude, totally get it. My small town, nobody really knows about either. It's pretty much it's a small Navy
then
town that nobody knows about.
Yeah, you know it.
But we have our subreddit if you ever want to submit anonymous stories. That's r/Out of the Rut podcast. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Now that we have our office, that's slowly going to be coming together. We'll do more of these YouTube videos. But as always, y'all have a fantastic week. We'll see you guys next time.
And always stay true to yourself.